Hey everyone, welcome to the course. This is Microeconomics for the spring semester of 2018 at Rutgers University. My name is Joe Shin. I'm the instructor for the course. So this video is meant to kind of give you an overview, talk about the class in general, show you where everything is, what's expected, so forth. So, over here. So if we, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and show you the Sakai page because that's where most of the course is going to be offered from, the lectures and so forth. So on your home screen here, this is going to have just the basics of the course as well as the intro video, which you're seeing now. It's going to be replacing this one that's here, and you're also going to have any recent announcements. Now, because this course is online, announcements are important, so I will be communicating throughout the semester with you, and I will do so through the announcements on Sakai. So, you know, the recent ones will show up here in the home page, but you'll find all the announcements here on the announcements page. And in addition to being posted there, you should be getting email with that, and whatever email you have connected, likely your Rutgers one, make sure you keep an eye on that so that you don't miss any of the announcements that come out. So the next thing we have is the course syllabus and information. So if we go on the syllabus first, I can kind of run you through that. Now, when you go to this page, you can either see it in just typed out in the format here, or you can download it. Okay. So, as I mentioned, this is Microeconomics Principles, Spring 2018. This course is being offered entirely online. There is no set time. My information, Joe Shin, that's me. I am, the office that I'm in is in Armitage Hall, room 332. And as far as office hours, I have my in-person office hours on Wednesdays from 3:45 until 5:45. However, because it's online, I realize that a lot of students cannot meet during the time or on campus. So if you make an appointment with me, we can work something out, either in person, in my office, or on campus somewhere, or by a virtual meeting. Now, the best way to get in contact with me, however, is my email. And the email that I have listed here is the best one to reach me. It's professor.joe.shin@gmail.com. Now, I do work another job during the day, and so I may not be able to respond immediately, but I will do my best to get back to you in a timely fashion. The prerequisites, algebra, right? The textbook is important for this course. Now, the textbook is Microeconomic Principles, the 12th edition. It was written by Michael Parkin, right, and Pearson Publishing. Now, here's why this is especially important. Along with the textbook is a companion website called Myeconlab, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But with Myeconlab, if you buy a new book, right, you will get a code to actually log in and gain access. So there's two ways to buy the book. You can either buy the ebook and the physical book, so you can get the book with the pages. You can hold it, you can highlight it, so forth. Right? And here's your ISBN with that. Now with that, again, you will get the access code for Myeconlab. The other option is that you buy just the ebook, in which case you have the ISBN number here. All right, you go to myeconlab.com. I'll show you the instructions in a minute. But with that, within Myeconlab, they do have the online book, so you can get it that way and not need to buy the physical book. Either way, however, you absolutely need to have Myeconlab. So whether you want to do it with the physical book or just the ebook, it's up to you. Now, if you buy an older edition of the book, you will still need to get access to Myeconlab. Okay. All right. So the course, it looks at is microeconomics. We looked at the smaller part, the individual decisions of businesses and individuals. All right. We have our learning objectives here. So as I mentioned, this course is being administered entirely online. There is no set times. All right. It is your responsibility to keep up with everything. Each week in this course runs from Monday through Sunday. And all materials will only be available, it says 2 weeks here, but it's actually 1 week before the week starts. All right, so I'll show you that in a minute. The course grade. All right, we have a breakdown. We have the homeworks, quizzes, the VoiceThread discussions, and the 2 exams. So let's talk about each of them. We have my grading scale here. So the quizzes. Every quiz is going to be assigned in Myeconlab. This is why you must have Myeconlab. It's your responsibility to getting in. I'll show you that in a second. You will have set dates for them, and there will be no lates accepted. Now, all quizzes are going to be due 11:55 p.m. on the Sunday at the end of the week. Now, it is your responsibility to make sure it gets submitted. So if you have any kind of a question, if it did or didn't get submitted, make sure you email me immediately. Now, the quizzes, they must be completed in one setting. It means once you open it and start it, you can't close your computer out. So, once you open it, you have to finish it in that. However, the lowest 2 quiz scores will be dropped from your final score. So if you miss one or you do poorly on 1 or 2, the lowest 2 will be dropped. Now, if you look back here, you see that there are homeworks that are part of the grade, but it's 0%. So basically what I did was I put in, also in Myeconlab, some weekly homeworks that are ungraded. All right, so for each chapter there are homework questions. It's ungraded. You can do it as many times as you want. The point of these is to give you practice for the quizzes. So yes, it's ungraded, but I strongly suggest you do them and you take them seriously. So now, the other part is weekly discussions. During most weeks, students can be required to participate in discussions on what's a website called VoiceThread. And each week you are to make 2 posts. So by the end of the day on Wednesday, you're to post 1 original comment on whatever topic is given. And by the end of the day on Sunday, everyone is to post 1 response to a post made by another student. So, Monday through Wednesday, you post an original comment, and then afterwards, look through the comments, and then make a response, somebody agreeing or disagreeing, whatever it is. Now, you can disagree, but make sure you are respectful about it. Don't say, "Oh, that's a terrible idea," or "What were you thinking?" Don't say anything like that. Be respectful. Now, each post only needs to be about 30 to 60 seconds, and it must be some original thought. So you shouldn't just say something that somebody else already said. I'll show you that in a second. So here's the grading as far as the voice threads. The exams, there's 2 exams, a midterm and a final. All right, they're giving it specific points. The midterm is worth 30 points, and the final exam is worth 40. Again, these are both going to be in Myeconlab. The grading, the exam policy here, you have the dates that they are due. All right, they're due on specific dates. Now, you do have a 2-hour time limit with them, and it has to be done in 1 sitting. So again, once you open it, you have to complete it, and within that time period. Now, if you have any technical issues, let's say you open it and then your computer shuts down, you must email me immediately, all right, so that I know and I can take care of that. You can't email me 3 days after it's due and say, well, I tried it and then my computer shut down, so I don't, there's nothing to do. You have to tell me immediately. Academic integrity. It's very, very important that you do not cheat. It's an online course. You can use your books, your note, the internet, but you can work with other students. If you have any kind of a disability where you need special accommodation, just email me and let me know. And here we have the calendar, what we're going to be covering in every week. So, we have a week by week of what chapters we're doing, what the assignments are, the final exam, when it's due. The final exam is due on a Wednesday, as you can see here, and that's just the last day of classes, so week 16 and 17 are really put together. But you can see that there's 12 quizzes, 12 discussions, 2 exams worked in there. So now if we go back, I showed you that schedule, and the schedule is also over here just for quick reference to see when everything is, when it's due. If we go back to course syllabus and info, we have the syllabus here. If you want any information about me, I have a short video clip on here where I discuss myself. Unfortunately, whenever when these videos get made, for some odd reason they pick random spots to show the screenshot. This is not the best one. I'm not sure what's going on, but a little more information about me there. Now, I mentioned Myeconlab. There's a link here for how to register for Myeconlab. And so you go in there, it'll tell you what ID you need, it'll give you a link, so forth. So everything that you need, here's the name of the course, everything you need is in here. It shows you how to go through it step by step. They do a nice job in putting that together for you. VoiceThread. I mentioned that we are going to be doing online discussions through VoiceThread. Here's just a breakdown of how to do it. When it comes to the comments, you can either do a video one, which is shown by the video camera, or a microphone, which is just a voice one. Now, if you're having issues, you can also call in, but just something to keep in mind. The other thing that I want to note here is that it's not on here, but if you go to respond to somebody else's VoiceThread, make sure you don't click on anything that has what looks like a padlock on it, because that won't, it'll make it so only you and the person whose post you commented on will be able to see it. So I won't be able to see it, so just make sure you don't do that. And then the other thing is when you go into each week, all right, so you see all the weeks over here. We go in, for example, week 1. Right. So at the beginning of each week, you have the dates. You have what's expected to be learned during that week. Now, the lectures are pre-recorded, and so you can find the lectures in the appropriate folders. And should eventually come up. There you go. And so you can see each one is done in YouTube, and hey everyone, you can either watch them on here, or if you click on the link up here, I believe it'll take you to the actual YouTube page. Yeah. So either way you want to do it is completely up to you. All right. So those are the lectures. And if we go back, the other thing that we have is we have each assignments for the week and when it's due. So for week 1, you have that homework, which is ungraded. It's due by Sunday. And then for the VoiceThread, it's only one discussion for the first one. It's just about yourself. But to get to these discussions, you have the VoiceThread assignment here, and if you click there, continue to external tool. And eventually it'll come up. Computer's running a little slowed now. And so it'll bring you to it, and you'll be able to work your way around it, but make a comment, you go down, you can do a voice one, so forth. So make sure you watch the tutorial for that. That'll help you out a lot. And if we go back, so that's week 1, and you can see the different weeks in here. Week 1 and week 2. Now for week 3, as I mentioned, I'm only going to show it, make it available 1 week ahead of time. It's not going to be, so for example, week 3, which starts on the 20, let me see, week 3 starts on the 29th, so you won't be able to see it until the 22nd, a week before, and same with all the other weeks. A couple other things. If you go in the gradebook, as you receive your grades, they'll be put into here, and so you'll be able to see them. And that's really it. So, hi, welcome back. So that's really the course, and if you have any questions, need me to go over anything, just please let me know. And again, I have my email. Feel free to reach out anytime, and best of luck to you.